We live in a unique era where two doors are open in front of us. One leads to our extinction, while the other one leads to a potential future full of fantastic opportunities. Today, we would like to present to you a hypothesis that can become a foundation for such a future. Our survival and the prospects of humanity, including even manipulation of matter, depend on its implementation.
To solve this task, we have an understanding of the overall picture, but there are many unexplored islands in it.
In order to explore these unknown islands of science and build a unified theory capable of saving humanity in the shortest possible time, the scientific potential of our planet needs to be unified. Today, humanity possesses only 6 types of energy, but thanks to the new hypothesis, we can gain access to 32 types of energy. In order to simplify the understanding of the fundamental processes of the world's structure, this hypothesis is presented in the form of animation with associative examples.
For intelligent people, it includes everything they need to make breakthrough scientific discoveries.
Our team of volunteers received this knowledge, and we have only slightly elaborated on it and found historical evidence to support it. We understand that this knowledge carries immense value and consider it our duty to share it openly with the entire scientific community.
We believe that none of us should claim the laurels of victory.
After all, no individuals may be considered winners since a huge team from around the world worked on this hypothesis. Starting a new world requires honesty. Deserved recognition should be given to those scientists who will be able to explain, thanks to this hypothesis, what electricity is, how many types of it exist, what radiation is, what the electromagnetic field is, and most importantly, recognition should be given to those who will be able to find a way out of the climate crisis. For us, that's the most important task, because it's a chance to save all of humanity. We'll present you a hypothesis which offers a totally different view of how our world is arranged. This hypothesis gives us keys to manipulating matter and developing such technologies that will enable humanity to take a step into a new era of evolution. It's a future where we will have everything, even the things we haven't dreamed of. How did this hypothesis originate? Some time ago, we were given unique information about how our world is actually arranged. It was confirmed by rather interesting historical artifacts. In order to understand it more deeply, we decided to collect all existing mentions of this information throughout human history. We asked volunteers around the world to start searching, and they found a large amount of artifacts, legends, and stories, which preserve mentions about the true fabric of our world. Along with that, a lot of indications were found pointing towards the veracity of the use of such legendary technology as the Eye of God and Vajra in ancient times. And it turns out that the principle of its operation is directly related to the knowledge of how our world is arranged. We became very intrigued by this information. Since it was impossible to study it using standard methods, we were offered to conduct a number of special experiments and to build for that purpose a unique device that would have a pyramidal shape and certain characteristics. We developed a prototype of such a device in 2016. It is made of aluminum and contains 11 tori. We conducted a series of experiments with this device using certain programs. Some of them were publicly demonstrated. The purpose of those experiments was to verify the possibility of transmitting information to a large number of people, regardless of distance, by means of thoughts. The operator, an experienced person, transmitted information remotely, a symbol or a number, while being inside the pyramid. Meanwhile, participants of the experiment, who were in various countries of the world, received this information through their thoughts. They sent their answers with a symbol and a number they received to an email address that had been given before the experiment. It's important to point out that the symbol which the operator transmitted was picked randomly during the experiment. Nobody knew what exactly was going to be transmitted. All the experiments were conducted exclusively in the presence of a dedicated committee of volunteers, and the whole process was recorded. Thousands of people all around the world took part in the experiment. The result of this experiment shocked us. Why? We were struck by the fact that 70 to 80% of the answers were accurate. This means that people actually perceived the symbol transmitted by the operator. And this cannot be explained by the theory of probability, because the percentage of correct answers was too high to consider it a mere coincidence. Yet, there was another thing that struck us the most. We received a huge number of responses from the participants before the experiment had been conducted, and most of the answers sent in advance were accurate. We asked how this was possible, if at that moment of time, even the operator himself didn't know what sign they would be transmitting. In response, we received an offer to conduct another experiment. It is necessary to understand that the range of Tori settings in the pyramid is very large, and we were told the exact settings of the Tori at which a certain unique phenomenon was detected. The operator noted that literally after several minutes of being in the pyramid device, he began to see various people as well as their whereabouts. Here is how it was happening. At first, he saw numerous white dots, similar to white noise on a TV screen. As soon as he focused on any of those dots, it came closer and a person appeared in front of him. It could be someone the operator knew or someone he didn't know. At the same time, the operator had a clear understanding of where exactly this person was at that moment. This effect was observed by all operators with such settings of the pyramid.